Hello, Audioholics. This is Logan, and welcome back to Album Reviews on Audioholics Anonymous. In this episode, we will be reviewing the new Rob Zombie album, the Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy. And here to help me with this review is the Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy.
Ramalama!
Ramalamaview! Oh my god, this album. So what can we
That's
say
an actual
about
chorus.
this thing?
All right, so I guess we'll just start right off by saying I did not enjoy this record. I had a lot of issues with it. It is fun to laugh at, though. Like, if you want a sort of The Room experience where something is so incredibly bad that it's fun to just laugh at how bad it is and that somebody actually thought that it was a good idea, this is your album, guys. This is going to be your favorite thing ever. Because it gets really bad, okay? There's literally a song where he goes, how fucking chorus. There's another song where he goes, shake your ass.
Smoke that grass.
The grass. Is he even trying at this point? How fucking much grass did he smoke?
Nah, like, he's too busy fucking directing the next Friday the 13th movie. Like,
that might be his problem. He's absorbed himself too much in the culture of, oh my god!
Rob Zombie presents Trolls 2.
Yes, a Trolls 2 remake. That would be the best thing ever. The fucking
God,
Trolls.
Oh man, Ramalamaview!
Like Sherry Moon Zombie is like the evil witch in that movie, and he like inserts himself to eat corn on either end. And that's when he goes, how? Oh my. Yeah, this album sucks.
I couldn't tell by your past comments. Explain why it sucks, though, in case
Yeah,
it's not
so
painfully obvious.
I'll start out with some positives this time, because we actually filmed this once before, and I got kind of heated with how much I really hate one particular section, so we'll touch that last. So first of all, vocals. I think both Logan and I can agree that the vocals on this album were pretty good for a zombie record. It's consistently what you'd expect. You're not going to get anything more or less. Actually, you know what? Maybe even a little inspired on this album compared to past releases. I mean, how many times have you heard Rob Zombie howl on a song?
I was today years old when I heard that.
There's also some really good tracks on this record. I really liked Triumph of King Freak from the second it came out. Just as good on the album. What was another good one? I think Crow Killer Blues is an instant classic.
Yeah.
Satanic Rites of Blackula is really good. What was the other really good one? There was another really good one on here.
One was like kind of decent.
Oh yeah, The Eternal Struggles of the Howling Man. Yeah, that one was a pretty good song. I mean, but other than that though, like a lot of the album just falls flat musically. Again, not talking about like the so bad it's good value, okay? Because the whole album's got that. But if we're talking just pure, like, would I listen to this and enjoy it on a normal day? The album doesn't really have much of that outside of the tracks that I've outlined. The instrumentals are particularly a disappointment for me. I'm a big fan of John Five as a guitar player, and I don't feel like he had much to do on this record. That's a shame. It really is, because he's a great guitar player. So now we'll go on to my rant, okay? I have a huge glaring issue with this album and with Rob Zombie as a whole at this point. Okay, so let's start with the cover art. Logan, could you take out your records for a second? Okay. Show them how Rob Zombie's cover art used to be. Like how badass the first album is, Hellbilly Deluxe. He's got it like right on standby, or at least he did. Well, I'll keep talking while you look for it. This cover is fucking garbage. Look at that. That's badass. This, not badass. This is like lazier than fucking Volume 4. It's literally just a picture of Rob Zombie going, ah! And it's a green filter on it, and it's got like skulls overlaid on top of that, and then the title. Oh my, you must have put a lot of effort into that.
No, that's a picture of him yelling, "It's a death curse!"
Yes. No, he was the original guy who did that. That's what we know him from now.
What was he credited as? He was just like credited as like the village idiot or something.
I don't know, but the album title is Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy, as you might have heard earlier. What was he thinking? Okay, like the whole shtick of Rob Zombie pulling a bunch of random words out of a fucking Scrabble container and like making an album out of it is old. It's annoying. You know what? It's not just the album title, it's the songs too. Like I've already told you a few, but what about a brief static hum and then the radio blared, or the much talked of Metamorphosis, or Serenity of Witches, or there's just some weird Expanding the Head of Zed. There's just weird ass titles here, and it doesn't come across as like he probably wants it to. You know, at this point, what he kind of reminds me of is that teenage girl we all know who posts like quirky and random things on social media and just comes across as annoying and pretentious.
I will defend Rob Zombie in this case, though, because one, fuck you, it's hilarious. Two, I like the difference between Rob Zombie and that quirky Instagram girl is like with that quirky Instagram girl, 100% sure that there is no sense of irony. In the case of Rob Zombie, like, even if he may not kind of admit it, I feel like he has to be at least somewhat in on the joke. Like, I can't imagine Rob Zombie seriously putting this out as a musical statement. So
yeah, he's got to at least be aware on some front that it's not that good.
I'll let you finish, but whenever you're done finishing, I'll kind of elaborate on that thought.
Well, I'm just going to finish by saying that I really am almost offended by this album because of how much potential it had and how it basically like spat in the face of all that potential in favor of appearing quirky and random and ooh, spooky. And I get that's his shtick.
No,
but
that's what he
his
should
shtick
name the next
is
album.
old.
Just name it. Ooh.
Yes, that'd be perfect. That's what this album should have been called. I think what Rob Zombie needs to do going forward is he needs to let John 5 do more. He needs to take a step back from this industrial shit. It's not good anymore. People don't want more of that anymore. Even Rammstein has taken a step back from that. Rammstein! Rob Zombie needs to listen to people, and he needs to bring back a more sort of metal-oriented style. Let John 5's amazing guitar work shine as it should. That's what you should do in the next record, Rob, because this one was a stank fest. And my personal score for it is a 5 out of 10. Straight average. So that's very generous rating, by the way.
So I, for one, completely disagree. I think this is a solid 10 out of 10 album. But
it's a death curse out of 10.
If I were to make a few minor suggestions for the next album, if you wish to continue in this concept, this is what I think you should do. First of all, I agree. Stop with the long-ass titles. Here's what you can do. Have no title at all. Instead of a title, you just have like one of those Hallmark sound cards that like you like open the gatefold of the vinyl and it's like, you know, like the fucking Psycho music. Or like a dun 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 or something like that. Okay.
The next album should be a concept album on the life of that village idiot from Friday the 13th.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, he has a story, and we need
needs to be told
that story. And so the next thing is I think he needs I think he needs more ludicrous titles for his songs. Like, for example, just get a Ouija board, okay? Get a Ouija board and type in whatever that Ouija board says.
Let the spirits decide.
Let the spirits
yeah, that's a
decide
song
the fate
name.
of this fucking album.
That's a name now.
Yeah. Fucking like, you could call it the anal sphincter of Freddy Krueger and Dynamite Hetty.
I've got just one addition to that. The burned anal sphincter. Remember, it's a burn victim.
That's right.
Very important addition.
No, for example, how about the bleached hairdo of Johnny Rocket and his dog McMean? That's just like the most random thing I thought of. It's funny.
Quentin Tarantino's foot fetish.
Yes, Tarantino's foot fetish will be the name of a song.
Yeah, and it's just a cover of like, this little piggy went to town.
This little piggy went to town. Rama-lama-lama-doo.
Perfect.
Okay, no, seriously though, so as much as we like to joke about this album, despite what I will say and despite what he has said, I personally recommend that everybody watching this video go out and listen to this album. It is not enjoyable as a statement, as a serious musical statement, but it is enjoyable as like kind of something you can get drunk or high to and kind of laugh at in terms of its stupidity, willful or otherwise. I think that this is like The Room, but again, you kind of have to imagine. No, this isn't The Room. This is more like the Sharknado of. This is like
not the first one though, the second one.
Of albums, where like it's funny, it's so bad it's good, and you kind of have the feeling that like the people involved in it are in on the joke, because like there's no way, because like that's the thing of Sharknado. It wasn't meant to be a serious thing. It's meant to be unbelievably stupid, and they ended up making like 6 or 7 Sharknado movies based on that concept. So
they're amazing, by the way. They're the best movies in existence.
There's one that like The Offspring does the soundtrack for, I think. But
there's a fucking like Crocodile NATO movie now too.
Crocodile, man, fuck off. But that being said, I gave it a 6.1 out of 10. So I like I said, I think the vocals are okay, the instrumentals are okay. Songwriting is dog shit, and personal preference is a 7 out of 10, just based off of how ludicrously stupid this album is. So overall, this gets a 6 out of 10, and that brings our official AU meter score to 5.55 out of 10, because this album doesn't deserve a 666.
Yeah, then I think that's a good way to wrap up the video. So what did you guys think of, I'm not saying it again, tell us in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But without further ado, we will bid you
audio do. Bye, everyone.